Okay, here we go. Howdy, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of Random Rhapsody's test play of the Magi-Knights TTRPG system. I'm Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and magic keeper for this mini-series event, and joining me around my virtual table today are Alyssa, Hitoshura, Jeff, and Steven. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Yo.
Hi, everyone.
Unfortunately, Dasonie will not be with us this week. They had a bit of a personal issue to take care of, but we wish them the best, and we'll see them next week. Or in 2 weeks, I should say. Now, before we begin, I want to give a shout-out to the Magi-Knights project team. While the Kickstarter is now over, you can still pre-order a copy of the official rulebook by going to their website, which is magi-knights.com. Next off, I'm going to remind everybody that we are coming close to the end of our crossover between the Debauchery Circus and the Fab Five. But if you'd like to catch up on what's going on with everything on those two campaigns, you can find episodes on our YouTube channel, which you can also find in our link tree here on Twitch. You can keep up to date on everything we're doing on Random Rhapsody by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV, and on Twitter as @random_Rhapsody. Okay, that should do it for the announcements. So join us as we return to Europa City and continue on with the Magi-Knights as they investigate An Echo from the Stars. I am all over the place today, but we're back. So to start things off tonight, everyone's going to roll a d20, and whoever rolls the lowest gets to give us a recap of the previous episode, from the perspective of your character. I will, of course, fill in any blanks that you can't remember, so go ahead and roll those d20s, everyone, and let's see who's going to be going this week.
Oh, God.
I don't like this.
I've been rolling really well.
There we go.
Couple of
Okay.
weeks.
Yeah, you have.
I rolled a 12 last week, too.
Yeah, I think you did, actually. Okay, Steven, waiting on you.
Oh, I have to roll? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I wasn't here.
So?
You obviously can.
Okay. Well, I didn't get the lowest, so
Well,
thank God.
thank God for that, because it would have been really funny watching you struggle. But, Tilia, tell us about what happened last week.
Well, everyone decided to go into the super scary, dangerous forest because, only bad things happen in the forest. And so we did that, and we were following the wooden disc because it was like pulling in directions we're supposed to go. And then there were these wolves that started attacking us, but we fought them off. And then there was this big giant bug thing that nearly killed most of us a few times. And I tried to get the disc to go back to the stump it came from. I don't know, but it wouldn't, even when I tried hopping on it. Well, at least it wouldn't until the big bug thing was dead. Just nothing good ever happens in the forest. But then when we defeated the bug thing, we saw Chad's ghost. So there's that, I guess. We set him free.
Yeah, that's true. You did. I believe his name was Peter, not Chad, but that's okay. You did set his spirit free, and you all watched as he floated away. And the Wanderer revealed the fact that this point that you had discovered actually had residual spectral energy that you were all able to collect. So you got quite a bit of gloom gems now. And we'll kind of get into what you're going to do with those later. But first, before we get to that, while that was all happening in the woods, Darryl, you had gone home to check on your sibling who had stayed home from school that morning.
Yes.
Now, overall, your evening was uneventful, and you went to bed fairly early, none the wiser about what was going on in the woods. But while your friends were dealing with that strange husk, you had fallen into a deep and dark slumber. At first, you simply feel yourself floating upward from your bed. You look at your hands, but you see them wispy, slightly translucent, and a smoky grayish blue in color. You reorient yourself and look downward to see your body lying asleep in your bed. Your hands seem to be curled together, almost in prayer, and as you look closely, you can see that ring that you had found on those cultists the previous evening is pulled tight against the leather cord around your neck that you looped through it, and it's clenched between your two hands. The next thing you notice is that your lips are moving, and strange, guttural sounds are issuing forth from your mouth, as incomprehensible as it is audible. You feel a pull, a rushing sensation so intense that you cannot help but close your eyes. And then suddenly you stumble forward, and you look again to see what at first appears to be your bedroom, though this is a version that is blurry and oddly blue-gray in appearance as well, almost like you. You stand in this kind of misty form in the center of your room, no longer hovering or anything like that, and your feet are on solid ground. What do you do?
If I'm no longer hovering, I guess I'm gonna see if the ring is still around my neck and check around the room.
You kind of feel around your neck, and you do not find the ring. But make a perception check.
Sure. It's on my hand, I bet. Let's find out. It's 5. So that is not so good. Total of 12.
Total of 12. You're kind of looking around your room, and there is kind of a misty lump on your bed, but it's like there's no form or feature. It's just kind of a shape. But then you look around at your hands, and sure enough, it is on your finger.
Yep. So I guess I'll just poke at the misty lump, see if it does anything.
You walk over and kind of poke and prod at it, and your hand actually goes through it, almost as though it's not there. You almost feel like you for a second you thought there was like a purchase, but then your hand just goes through.
I'm dead.
Now, looking around the room, you're kind of like pondering, and there is something that stands out. There is a mirror, one of those tall mirrors that, like, has its own feet and kind of like move back and forth. It's a vanity mirror. Very large, much larger than you are, in fact. And it stands out because you don't have a mirror in your room. Not like that.
I'm gonna go look at it. Is this remind me of the one from the hospital?
I'm just going to let you know. No, it's not.
Okay.
The one that was in the hospital was on, like one of those ones attached to a dresser,
Okay.
and this is like a freestanding, full-bodied type thing.
Sure.
Now you walk over to the mirror and look at it, and it's very odd because first of all, there's no reflection in it. Instead, what you see is darkness. Pitch darkness, which is very different from the fact that everything else around you is that wispy, blue-gray, smoky mist stuff. So the fact that this is completely pitch black is definitely standing out. Make a perception check for me.
Sure. Excuse me. My allergies are bad today. A 7. Even worse.
Yeah, even worse. You're looking at, and you're looking close to it, and you can hear something faint, very faint. It's hard to make out, and you kind of like lean closer to the mirror, trying to make that out,
Mhm.
and you stumble forward. There's
And
no
I fall
actual
in.
glass. You start stepping forward, and you stop, freaking out, your heart clenched. But there is solid ground underneath your feet. Everything around you is completely black, and you turn around looking for that mirror, the portal you just stepped through, but it is gone. But now that you're in here, go ahead.
I was gonna, I'll open my mouth and feel my teeth.
Feel your teeth?
Yeah.
Oh, they're there. You can feel,
Okay,
you can feel your own
none
body.
None of them seem particularly pronounced more than they have been before.
You run your tongue along your teeth, feeling for points, but no, they're not any longer than they
Okay.
had been.
I am not a vampire yet.
Yet. But there you stand in the darkness. What do you do other than, tonguing your teeth?
I guess I'm gonna check my pockets, see if I still have my crystal.
You begin feeling in your pockets, and you're wearing your pajamas, and you start feeling around, but you do not feel your soul crystal.
Okay.
You feel your pajamas, you feel your clothes, you feel that ring, but the soul crystal is not there.
When I touch the ring, what does that feel like?
It kind of gives you a sort of a buzzing sensation when you touch it. Like, have you ever felt one of those hand zappers that, like, when you grab someone's hand, it gives you a little jolt?
I think so.
It feels a little bit like that.
Okay.
It's not unpleasant. It's not like, oh my god, this is painful. It's just odd and feels disconcerting.
Is it just a generalized feeling, or does it feel like it's pulling me in a particular direction?
It's more of a general feeling, like you didn't notice it until you actually touched the ring and focused on it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
once you focus on it and like are feeling it, that's when you feel that odd buzzing sensation. And then after pushing on it, it kind of goes away a little bit.
Okay. I'll just start wandering around, I guess.
As you begin walking, you hear that sound again. But this time it's much louder. It's a voice. It's a masculine voice calling out, "Hello? Is anyone there? Someone, can you help me? Can you help me?"
Try and head in the direction of the voice. But I've got my guard up because this could easily be a deception tactic.
Sure, absolutely. You start walking in the direction you hear that voice, and it's really weird because like it's completely dark, but you still have that sense of self that you can still see your own body a little bit, that bluey gray mist, and it gives a little bit of a light. And after a few minutes of walking, in the distance you see another one of those strange bluish gray lights, And that voice calling out again, "Hello! Hello! Is anyone there? Help! Can you help us?"
Do I recognize the voice?
Make an insight check.
$13.
It's vaguely familiar. Like you swear you've heard it at least once before. And recently, too.
Okay. I'll head towards the voice and the blue light.
It doesn't take you long before you see there is not one form, but three. The first thing you see is the back of a very tall, obviously young man, short cropped hair, large shoulders and large chest, standing next to another shorter man, younger man. This one whose arms are withered and husk-like, as though they have no muscular structure at all. And then the third one is there. This is another young man, ruggedly handsome, brown hair and very wide eyes. And all three of them, like, the one with the withered arm sees you first and kind of raises a hand up towards you. And then the much taller one with the short cropped black hair turns. And your heart clenches in your chest as you're now able to see these individuals. Mm-hmm. The taller one, his eyes have been sewn shut. He can't see. They're closed, and little drips of blood kind of go down the cheeks on either side. The third one, the ruggedly handsome brown-haired one, his lips are sewn shut as well. And the ones that do have their eyes are looking at you, and the one with his lips sewn shut is like clawing at his mouth a little bit and reaching out towards you. The one with the withered arms very feebly reaching out and is like, "Can you help us? Can you help us?"
Okay, so I don't start dry heaving, even though I want to.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna sort of take like a cautious stance and be like, "Who are you? How did you get here?"
Now that you're much closer and you're looking them up and down, mm-hmm. The one with his eyes sewn shut, you recognize him now. And I'm keeping that 13. It's Anthony Reed, the young man you saw in the hospital. Although he doesn't look nearly as sick and frail as you saw him last, the eyes being sewn shut is pretty disconcerting.
Mm-hmm.
The other two boys you do not recognize at all.
Anthony, you were in the hospital the last time I saw you.
Hospital? What? Is that the pizza guy?
Yeah.
Where am I?
I don't know. I fell through a mirror, ended up here.
I told you those mirrors were dangerous.
Yes, yes, you did.
There. And he
yes,
begins like he's trying to cry, but all you're hearing are these desperate sobs, like in the hollow of his chest, and it just makes you shudder hearing this. Behind him, the one with the withered arms, you see him look up suddenly, and he begins backing up, and he says, She's coming! Chrysanthemum knows you're here! Run! And he immediately runs off in one direction. The other two look, and Anthony, he looks at you and he says, You gotta run, pizza guy! Chrysanthemum's gonna get us! We gotta run! And in this big panic, he just bolts.
I'm gonna grab the arm of the guy who can't see and follow after them.
You try to grab onto him, but your hand passes through him, almost as though he's a mist. They are running. All three of them are actually running at this point.
Okay, how does the blind guy know which way to go?
He doesn't, it seems like, but he is just running in one direction. All three of them are now running in separate directions.
Okay.
As they're doing this, you begin to hear something. It's almost like skittering, this out from somewhere in the darkness, and your heart just fills with dread as you're hearing this. Something is out there. Something is coming closer and closer, and you're hearing more of the skittering now. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna stand there. I'm gonna slowly start to control my breathing. And I'm just gonna be saying to myself internally, your worldview determines your reality. Your will determines your worldview. What would Don Quixote do? What would the Three Musketeers do?
Okay, so you're just standing there?
I am basically adopting the idea that this is probably one of those places where my willpower and thinking determines my reality. So if I believe that I have, strength and the ability to defend myself, then I will.
Okay. Well, as you stand there boldly shoring up your mind and preparing for whatever, you just hear this very high-pitched giggle. You see more movement now. Just very bare glimpse, a shadow passing in front of your vision. You turn to the right. It passes somewhere behind you. You turn, looking behind you again, and for half a second you think you see something large, shadow-like, but it moves again, and it's completely away from your vision, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Sure. It's +2, okay. 15.
You reflexively just jump forward, doing kind of one of those tumbles, as you feel the swipe coming right above your head, like it just barely misses the top of your hair. And you hear again, and somewhere in the darkness, now you want to play? Let's play!
Of course I want to play. We're all mad here. I'm mad, you're mad.
Okay, well, you are slashed from behind by this long claw. It feels sharp like a razor across your back. You are just in your student form right now, just so you know. You take a total of 14 points of piercing damage.
That's enough to take me down, because I have 11 hit points.
You scream out in pain as this slash goes across your back. You begin to fall forward, and in that moment, you hear somewhere in the distance the faint sound of a crack. Time seems to pause for you, and you hear a voice, a very familiar voice, the voice of the Wanderer, saying, "Darryl, you gotta get out of here. You can stay up. It's going to cost you. It's going to hurt your crystal, but you can stay alive right now, but you're not equipped to deal with this. You gotta run. And you can feel in that moment, you do have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You can either fall and face your death, or you can surge heroically and stay alive. But you're going to be down to 1 hit point.
Brian, stay alive, I guess.
Okay, you take a second crack from your soul crystal. You are at 1 hit point. You feel a little bit of that energy come back into you, but whatever's out there in the darkness can easily kill you.
Now, let's be clear here. You said second?
Yes, you took your first crack from the soul crystal when you fell to 0 HP. You took a second one to choose to stay alive with that heroic surge.
Gotcha. Okay, then.
You are in the darkness at 1 HP. What are you doing?
If the Wanderer tells me to run, I'm going to listen to the Wanderer.
Okay, so what we're going into now is you're going to be trying to escape from the outsiders. It's a difficult task, but this is going to be able to keep you alive. The way this works is you're going to be doing a series of chase rounds. You can choose to re-roll each round, but to do so costs an exhaustion point. Each failure inflicts 1 stress point on you, and 3 failures and you're out.
Okay.
So, first thing I need you to do as you get up, pushing yourself to your feet and just run in some random direction. I need you to roll for me a d12.
D12. Okay. 3.
3. Okay. You're running as fast as you can, blindly, in the darkness. The outsider is somewhere out there. It's getting close. You might be able to distract them somehow. So I need you to make a deception check for me.
Yeah, good luck with that. Oh, that's not what I was trying
that's
to
definitely not.
Clicked the wrong button. 17, apparently.
17, yeah.
Because I rolled a 16.
You grab that torn shirt that you're wearing and fling it backwards off your back. It goes flying up into the air, and as it does, you just turn in a different direction and begin running. That shirt goes flying back, lands on top of the head of whatever this thing was, and that is 1 success. You can now see in the distance the shape of a mirror. It's a different shape than the shape you came from, but it is a mirror. Do you run toward it?
What color is it?
The outline is brass. You can see in the mirror portion itself just kind of a bluish outline, but it's very indistinct because it is in the distance.
Sure, I can try and run closer to that, I guess.
Roll me another d12.
5.
Okay. You as you're running, you're looking towards that mirror. You can definitely tell that it's something, but you're not quite sure what. Give me an investigation check.
Sure. 12.
12. Unfortunately, as you pause, looking it over, you see that creature getting closer, skittering towards you. Without looking, you dive through it. That is a failure. So you're at 1 success, 1 failure. But as you dive through it, you land in what you recognize to be your living room. The mirror that you jumped through was actually a mirror above your fireplace. And you land and you're like, what the hell? Because a fall like that would have at least hurt a little bit, but you felt nothing. Make me another d12 roll.
Okay, what did I get as a negative for getting a failure? 6.
Right now, it's just you got 1 success, 1 failure.
Okay.
Okay.
6 was what I rolled on the d12.
Okay. Yeah, same thing. You're looking around your room, your living room right now. There's tons of things there, the standard furniture that you've grown up with. But you can also see that this odd claw-like thing is beginning to push its way outward. It's just long and pointed, almost like a spear that moves. You need to find some way to get out of here. Roll me another investigation check.
Sure. 17.
17. Looking around quickly, you spot the stairs opposite the room. You're going to have to get over the couch to get there, but it might prove to be an obstacle to keep this thing back. That's a second success for you.
Yeah.
Okay, you jump over that couch very easily, landing on the other side. It's almost as though you're made of air. As you start running up the stairs, go ahead and roll me another d12.
Sure. 3.
Goddamn, this is hilarious. You keep getting the exact same thing. You can see that creature starting to push its way through. It's not looks like it's going to be out in a minute. Roll me a deception check to try to hide where you're going.
8. No good.
Yeah, that is no good, but you remember you do have the option. You can re-roll it, but you're going to be taking, let's see here. Yeah, it'll take an exhaustion point. Oh, also, I forgot, you do have 1 stress point from the previous failure. So mark that down.
Okay, let me mark down the stress point. I'm not going to try and re-roll because I only have a +1, so
Okay.
I'll save the re-roll for something I might win.
Okay, then that's going to be a second stress point to you. That is a second failure. You cannot find anything really to disguise where you're going, so instead you just run up the stairs as quick as you can, make it up to the landing of the second floor. There you can see your bedroom down at the far end. Make me another d12 check. Roll.
Sure. 5 again.
What the hell? Okay, yeah.
I don't know, man.
You run over to the door of your bedroom. You try to grab at the handle, but your hand seems to pass through it a little bit. Make me a investigation check.
Five.
Okay, that is going to be a third failure.
So I guess I need to take a exhaustion point.
Yep, you can take an exhaustion point and re-roll that.
And then that also gives me a stress point, right?
If you fail it. It's
okay.
Re-rolling it does
17.
Wow. Okay, so investigating the door, you realize that if you can push your hand through the handle itself, you can push yourself through the door. And you do. You step through that door onto the other side. And there you can see your bedroom once again, and your body lying there. Your body is much more what's the word I'm looking for? Not visual,
lively?
No, it's more
Corporeal?
articulate. Yeah, more corporeal, more articulate. It looks more like you. You can hear the creature coming up the stairs, moving slowly. You can hear that. I'm gonna get you. What are you doing?
Looking for a weapon.
Well, there is. I mean, it's your bedroom. So, would you have maybe a fencing foil or something like that? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. You run over to the fencing foil, grabbing it, pushing yourself between your prone body on the bed and whatever's in that door. You raise your hand up, yelling triumphantly. You know in this moment you're probably going to die, but you're going to do your damnedest to go down swinging. And as the door bursts open, suddenly you yell loud. A loud battle cry. and you sit up in your bed, screaming at the top of your lungs. Your eyes are now open. That was 3 successes, so you did survive your nightmare. You look around. Your hands are clenched in fists. Your body is drenched in sweat. And as you look around, you look up and you see above you, just over right in front of the door where you swear the door had just been blown open, you see 5 letters written in the spectral sort of blood that you realize in that moment is your own. The letters are R-I-S-S-Y.
R-I-S-S-Y. Rissy.
Mm-hmm. Now, as you're seeing that, you're panting. Your body is covered in cold sweat. And I need you to make a purity check.
Time has come. 21.
Nice. That feeling of terror is in your heart, but it's lessening as you realize you survived. You're alive. The sun is just starting to come up over the horizon. You can see that soft pink glow in the open window next to your bed. You are taking 1 trauma point instead of 2 for succeeding in your purity check. And you realize that whatever just happened could have been a lot worse.
I do not see a section for trauma points, so I'll just note it down.
Yeah, just note it down. You also, as you're now looking around, you see the Wanderer jumping up from the floor onto your bed, and he kind of pads his way up to you. And he rubs his head against you. Says, Loop Bunny's saying that trauma is recorded in the moon phase chart, which I don't think is actually on the Excel sheet. So just go ahead and, like you said, note.
Yeah, I notated it.
Yeah, it's solar eclipse.
Solar eclipse. There you go. The Wanderer says, David, I heard you call out.
Darryl.
Yeah, Darryl. Darryl,
It's not me.
Yeah, sorry. Darryl, I heard you call out. I heard what was going on in your head. Are you okay?
I got sent to the Shadow Realm. And I didn't even get the opportunity to win a bunch of money by doing it.
I don't get that reference.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
No, that was the cat saying it. The Herald sniffs at that ring that you have on your hand. He tells you, I can sense spectral energy radiating off of that ring. That's the thing of power. And you should be able to use your Hollow Gem to draw the power out of that if you want to. Or I suppose you could keep it if you really wanted. It's entirely up to you.
I must draw the powers out with our crystal.
Okay. Oh, I think something happened to you in there. You're sounding kind of weird.
Yeah, it was something in my throat.
Okay, so you take out your Hollow Gem as the day begins. You do get to heal like everyone else, half HP plus your con modifier, yada, 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 which I'll go over in a second. You are able in total to draw out 26 gloom gems, which is what the rest of the group drew out from when they were in their fight. So
26, you said?
Yeah. 26 gloom gems.
I screwed that up.
Just to level out the playing field. But congratulations, you've made it through your first nightmare. Now, as for the rest of you, you did all make it home to your beds, though it was rather late when the time arrived. You're all beaten, bloody, but ultimately victorious in freeing the spirit that had been wandering the streets of Loropa City. So everyone does get their night's rest. Everyone can you recover your HP equal to half your total HP plus your con modifier. You recover all of your mana points. You reduce your stress points by 3, your exhaustion points by 1, and you recover 2 crystalline fractures. So you can go ahead and change your sheets accordingly. And Darryl, now you as well are at level 2 with everyone else.
Ooh.
Okay. With that, I don't know how much sleep you're able to get, David, but, or not David, Darryl, but, at least you survived, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But, eventually you all do wake up, get yourselves ready for the day, and head out to school. Whew. No doubt you're all pretty damn sore after your evening.
Mm-hmm.
But you're also feeling a little changed and a little bit more powerful, so who knows? But
I'm gonna activate my premonition ability.
Okay.
See what I get. So I get a 10 or a 9. I think I'll take the 9.
Take the 9? Okay. So hold on to that 9.
Yep. I will apply to my charge card.
Love it.
Change card.
I will take your charge card and go to the mall.
But not that kind of charging card.
Indeed not. Now, it is Wednesday, August the 27th, 1995. It is an A day, so you're going to be doing all your A classes today. Who wants to roll for today's weather?
Sure, what do I roll?
A D100.
36.
36. Okay.
I was hoping for a squall.
Yeah, actually the temperature is fairly normal for August in the Pacific Northwest. There's a very light... oh, wait a minute, no, I'm reading that wrong. There is no precipitation, none whatsoever, and the wind is very light. It's actually a mild day today. Don't even need to wear your jackets yet. Do any of you do anything? Do you meet up or anything like that on your ways to school, or do you just head to class?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's basically a time that if you want to compare notes and do a little role-playing before the school day begins, you can.
I am barely cognizant, subsisting solely on an energy drink and something that I grabbed for breakfast, probably whatever would be most unhealthy.
Do they have energy drinks in the 90s? Or do they just have coffee?
I'm supposed to just have caffeine, so like Mountain
Don't you remember
Dew
Josta?
Or Jolt Cola. Jolt Cola.
He grabs a Jolt on the way.
Surge.
Surge, yeah. Hey, Anesthetic, love to see you. Thank you for hanging out with us. Okay.
So yeah, just something really like nasty, like bottom tier gas station food.
Yeah, definitely. You're probably feeling pretty damn rough heading off to school.
I'm running on fumes here.
How are the rest of you feeling?
Pretty good. Almost died. Not nearly as much as other people, but
I
definitely
never want to go to the forest ever again.
This isn't a
No
contest.
forest.
We don't need to compare how much people died and how much people didn't.
yeah.
No more forests.
I died
Um,
worse than you did.
I think David's mourning is because over these past it's been 2 days since this happened, since all this started. Everything has slipped away just way too fast, and he is attempting to retain as much normalcy as possible. So he does just his normal morning routine of wake up way too late, grab some Pop-Tarts, and just head off to school without doing anything else. Wildberry, obviously.
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 Yeah. It's the one with the yeah.
Yeah, the
The
purple
blue and
and the
purple
pink
frosting?
swirl. Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever, man. I like s'mores.
What? I'm pretty sure those didn't exist in the 90s.
They did. I don't remember exactly when, but they were one of the first like
Crazy.
other flavors to come out. Yeah.
I'd have to look that up.
Yeah, I'm old school. Frosted cherry all the way.
No, gross. You're wrong.
Gross. I don't think
Blueberry
that's not
is
the
also
best
good.
one, but like it's not gross. Jeez.
I'm biased. I don't like cherry like in general.
Oh, okay, that's fine then.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, well, lamenting about the woods, feeling sore, grabbing quick breakfasts, energy-filled beverages, and probably a few pain meds too, I would imagine. All of you head off to school. Now, your first period is language arts with Mr. O'Shea. Mr. O'Shea, he's a skinny dude, long hair, long white hair, and a ponytail and a goatee. He's kind of like one of those beatnik hippie-looking dudes, and he has a very Irish accent. He's like, "Oh, now just come in and sit wherever you need to. Guess what? It's a pop quiz day!" And everyone just collectively groans. Third day of
Hi, Mr.
school.
O'Shea.
How do you tell ya? Good to see ya.
Good morning.
So, for your first class of the day, I need everyone to make an academic arts check for me.
All right. What class is this again?
This is language arts.
Language.
God,
Rhapsodic Geeks is rating with a party of 7. Welcome. Thanks for popping in. We're playing Magi-Knights.
Okay, and then I
22 in language arts.
have 2 stress points, so that gives me a negative, doesn't it?
I believe so.
oh yeah. What does exhaustion give me? Does it do anything?
And
to
exhaustion. I have some of that too.
Let me pull that up. Because I am blanking as well.
Impose a penalty to your related d20 rolls depending on their severity. So, looks like stress points are for the soft stat, and exhaustion points are for the hard stat.
And it's everything like above a 2, I believe.
And then you just get a minus equal to your level. So, like, 2 stress points would be a -2, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Okay, so you said it was academics or intelligence, right?
It's academic arts.
It's academic arts, which is intelligence or wisdom.
Yes.
So I got a 6 because I only have a +1 instead of a +3 like I normally do.
Okay, so
So
Let's
it's quite
see.
possible I don't even bother taking the quiz. I just have my head on my desk and didn't even fill anything out.
No, that's fair. Now, I will remind all of you that you also have a feature. Everyone that has an NPC that you have a high enough social points with, they are able to help you once per day. So all of you have one, at least, because that comes with creating your character. So once per day, you can roll a d4 and add that to that skill check.
There's a problem with that, Matt.
I'd say that's not helpful for either of us.
That is not helpful for me.
No, for neither
all.
Darryl nor David, it would not. However, Iris, you can choose to use that right now if you want to.
What's the DC? I thought it was 12 for all these. Is that wrong?
It's wrong for today because today's a pop quiz day.
Okay.
So it is a higher DC. So while I will not tell you what it is, Jeff, I am giving you the option. Iris, if you want to roll and add your D4, you have the opportunity to do that before I tell you whether or not you pass or fail.
Time to try out my ridiculous candy bar.
5. The DC is 5.
I can't hear you, Iris.
I'll think I'll be fine. I'll just I'm pretty confident I'll succeed on other ones.
Fair enough. So Darryl, David, and Iris, all three of you did fail. Tilia, that's one success.
Was it just one failure or two?
Let's see.
I got a 6.
It is...
It's just nat 1s that count as 2, right?
Yeah.
Unless quiz changes the nature of that.
I don't think it does. I think it's just... Yeah, it's just the nat 1s that count as 2 failures. So no. Just one failure for each of you. But that's it. Now, your second period is an elective class. It can be whatever you want it to be. So, art, music, wood shop, whatever. That's your elective. So, for this class, each one of you can choose whatever skill you want to roll.
Aha.
Getting the most out of your afternoon naps.
So, each one of you tell me what class you're taking and what skill you're using for your second period. Okay, I'm gonna say. Yep.
Is there like a biology/anatomy class?
Sure, why not? What do you want to roll for that?
Can I roll my medicine? Because I'm using it to I'm keeping in mind in that class of how can I use this information to help my friends when we get injured, because I don't want us to get that close to dying ever again.
Sure, absolutely. I like it. So roll your medicine check. 20. That's a success. So 2 successes for Tilia. Darryl, what are you taking?
So the fine arts period already covers music, I believe.
Yes. So it's just an elective class,
I guess maybe metal shop.
Metal shop. Okay, cool. And
Because I eventually want to learn how to forge my own sword.
I like it. What skill are you going to be rolling?
Athletics, I guess, seems the most appropriate.
Sure, go for it. Athletics check.
Even though my score's not great. 15.
15 is a success. So that's 1 success for you, 1 failure. David, what are you doing?
This can be basically anything we want as long as it's within the realm of school, right?
Yep.
Okay. David is learning BASIC. Like the programming language.
Okay, I like it. Sounds like it would probably be a STEM check then.
Yeah. 14.
Okay. 14 is a failure. But if you want to roll that D4, now's your chance.
$14 is a failure?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently. I mean, it is basic, so pretty tough
Basic
for a
is
high
very-
school student.
Basic isn't basic.
Basic is not basic. But with that with the added 2, a 16 is a success. So that's 1 failure and 1 success for you. Iris.
That's a good question. Can I take a debate class and use influence?
Yeah, I like it. Debate class.
Nice. Ooh,
Okay.
that
wow.
is an 18 as a roll.
Yeah, that 23 is looking pretty fierce. So yeah, that is definitely a success for you. And while you're in the middle of your debate class, you're doing really good. You're hitting your points. You're putting much more information out than they can possibly rebut. But in the middle of it, one of the students, he's sitting in his desk. He's looking over his papers. When suddenly he just begins to wheeze. He's having a hard time breathing, and he falls out of his desk and slumps to the ground, lying there. The entire student class just gets up and it starts freaking out. The teacher runs over and starts shaking the kid in the shoulder. You hear the teacher saying, Carson, what's the matter?" And as they're shaking, the kid looks up and, I don't know what happened. I just got so woozy. The teacher says, you need to get to the nurse right away. And the teacher looks around and their eyes settle on you, Iris. And they say, Iris, can you help Carson here to the nurse's office, please?
Sure, definitely. I'm assuming I know where the nurse's office is.
Oh, yeah, you know where the nurse's office is. You've been at the school before. You were a student here before this term, so you do know where it is.
Yeah.
You go and you start helping him, and like he seems kind of like the macho-y type that he doesn't want to look weak in front of a girl, so he's like trying to make himself stand up, and it's more pathetic than anything else. His skin is very pale, and he seems like he's sweating a little bit, but eventually he gets up and he kind of drapes an arm over your shoulder, and you're kind of forced to support his weight, and you begin taking him to the nurse.
Awesome.
Now, as you're doing that, do you talk to him or anything like that, or are you just mainly focused on getting him there as soon as possible?
Because he's trying to be all macho and everything, I'm gonna try and comfort him, make him feel like it's okay. This kind of stuff happens. I'm
Just tired.
I'm in track, so I'm tired all the time, so I get that.
Performance issues, not uncommon.
I'm going to let you decide what kind of roll you want to make. Do you want to make this a persuasion or a deception check or anything along those lines?
I was thinking maybe I could try leadership.
Leadership? Okay, I like it. Go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's more along it's nothing like that. It's got to be something I ate. I went to the movie theater the other day with the hottest girl in school, but whatever I ate just soured my stomach.
The hottest girl in school, you say?
And he kind of begins bragging about, cutest girl in school. He ran into her at the library, and then he took her to Hawthorne movie theater afterwards. He's like, as you're getting closer to the nurse's office, go ahead and make a perception check.
All right, I am not terrible at perception, so. Woo!
So, as you're walking along, with that 14 perception, Carson is going on and talking about he's talking about his date and how he kissed her at the end of it, but man, kissing that girl is just like kissing a statue. But I'm sure that she just needs lessons from the Kiss Master here. And he gives himself a thumbs up as he's saying that, and you can't help but cringe. But as you're walking by the bathroom, you notice that a young lady is stepping out of it. You've seen her at least once before, but you're not quite sure where exactly you've seen her. But she watches you walking into the nurse's office carrying Carson and she kind of has the very large eyes watching the two of you, and you just kind of see her as you're turning the corner into the nurse's office to just take off and start running the opposite direction.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing I don't have enough time to drop him off and chase after her.
Probably not, but I will let you do what's it called? Hey, I remember you roll.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead and roll for me a D100, but you can do this at advantage.
All right.
Loot Bunny's saying, "Aw, poor Iris."
Yeah. Let's
Hottest
see.
girl in school. What do I look like?
Yeah, that was kind of a dick thing to say. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I'll just type this in twice because I don't know how to roll a D100 either way. And of course, nothing but low rolls.
Yeah, nothing but low rolls. Unfortunately, you've seen her before, but you're not sure where you've seen her before. Maybe it's just a kid at school. You're not sure.
Yeah.
But you definitely can't chase after her because you're literally supporting the weight of this guy, who, as he's walking, he's wheezing heavier, and he seems to be growing more lethargic, and he's putting on a brave face. But damn,
He called me not the prettiest in school. I don't care if he's lethargic.
Hold up on the details, Tiger. You need to catch your breath first.
You're able to get him on the nurse's little bed there, and she kind of tuts about a little bit, talking about, Carson, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. Just sit over there, and I'll get the thermometer. She looks over to you and she says, "Thank you, dear, for bringing him here. You can head back to class." And you do just about the time you hear the bell ringing for the end of that class.
Well, if nothing else, it got me out of the rest of class, so thanks for that at least.
True. But with that, you have to hurry back to your classroom to get your books and things to make it to third period, which is mathematics with Mr. Vale.
Woes.
Yeah, so for mathematics, Mr. Vale is a kind of a graying-skinned man, long white hair, very dark eyes, like dark circles under his eyes, and very gaunt. And he's just like, "Sit down. It's a test. I don't want to deal with this." He's kind of emo a little bit, but he passes out all of your tests, and I need everybody to make STEM checks for me.
Nah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see.
$11. I'm gonna add my D4 to that.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Ouch.
12.
Whew. Well, David, your 19 is a success. Unfortunately, the rest of y'all, yeah, those are failures. So, it's the end of your AM phase. Go ahead and tally up your successes and failures, and we'll see where you're at.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
I at least ended up at +1. I don't know how I built this character to do one thing, and it's be good at school, and so far, no.
Yeah,
My keyboard is covered in Matt's Christmas gift. Hold on.
You should have. You should have took the skill that makes you good at school. Then the technique the tactic. The tactic that makes you good at school.
Tactic.
Yeah, I know. I was really tempted.
Okay.
Be tempted.
So let's see. It looks like Hito. It looks like David and Tilia are both at +1. So that's keep up the positive attitude. You're doing okay, but things could be better, so there's no change. Darryl, with your 2 failures, yeah, it's just one of those days. After that dream last night, you're doing rough, and you gain 2 stress points.
Yep.
Okay, Iris, looks like you have 1 failure total. So there's always tomorrow, or at least there's always the rest of the end of the day. You're gaining 1 stress point, but that's it.
All right. Let me keep track of my stress.
Yep. Well, with that, it is the end of the AM phase, and that means lunchtime. Lunch is always a good time because you can at least relax for a few minutes, eat a meal, and maybe, figure some things out. Now, as you all know, you can use that 30-minute time to interact with one another or your fellow students. This includes exchanging information, listening to local gossip, or having friendly interactions. Every student gets 1 lunchtime activity that they get to do, and so I'm going to pop that out for you. There you go. So, for your lunch period, you can either relax and eat with friends, get a last-minute cram session in, listen to gossip, which there is some stuff going on that I'll talk about in a second. You can drink copious amounts of caffeine to get rid of some exhaustion and stress points, at least till the end of your PM phase, or you can try to take a power nap. Now, there is some stuff going on in the lunchroom right now. As you all step in carrying your trays or lunch bags or whatever, you can see, you especially would notice this, Iris, but you can see Bianca and her friends, the Ghost Hunters Club. They're all huddled together at one table, seemingly talking. Darryl, you would notice this first among anybody else, but remember on day 1 that group of dude bros that was harassing that chick that you interceded with? They're kind of walking around the lunchroom right now, kind of looking perplexed and looking around.
Yep.
And there's a few other things going on as well, but apart from that, what all would you like to do? And let's go ahead and start with Iris. What are you going to do for your lunch period?
I think that what Iris is going to do is just check up on Tilia, make sure that she is alright after the previous night's harrowing experience.
Okay, so you want to relax and eat with friends?
Yeah.
Okay. David, how about you?
David is maneuvering about the lunchroom, trading off various parts of his meal for a couple ibuprofen and also a lot of soda. So
Okay.
he can drink copious amounts of caffeine.
Okay, fair enough.
Because he's exhausted, and we got PE coming up this afternoon.
That's true. So yeah, you can definitely do that. Trade away your lunch and get him enough caffeine to guzzle that. Darryl?
I'd have to say, as much as I am stressed and exhausted, I'm going to be pushing through it. I'm going to try and investigate what's going on with the dude bros.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So you're going to be listening to gossip. I like it. Tilia, how about you?
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what classes we have this afternoon. Trying to find the handout for that.
It's going to be fine arts, which is performance and/or coordination.
Mm-hmm.
Science, which is STEM or medicine, and physical ed, which is athletics or acrobatics.
Yep.
Okay. While Iris is checking up on me, I'm gonna use lunch as a cram session and have her try and help me with some exercises to hopefully get me through phys ed a bit easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, then Iris, you sit down next to Tilia at the table, and eventually David comes over carrying 4 sodas in his arms, and a couple ibuprofen that probably somebody has stashed in their purse or back pocket or whatever. Might be a little fuzzy, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So, Tilia, you get to reduce one of your classes' DC by 4 for the next phase. So you said that's going to be your physical education.
Phys ed, please.
Yeah. Okay, that's totally fine. Iris, you get to heal 1 stress point and gain 1 social point with Tilia.
Huh?
And what do you kind of talk? What are you doing to check in with her as you're also helping her cram?
So it's physical education she's trying to work on. So I guess she's talking to her about proper form and all of that, and asking her if everything is functioning properly. So I guess that's how I'm doing that.
Okay. What do you have to say to that, Tilia?
I never want to go in the forest ever again. Are you sure that I'm supposed to lean, just put all my weight, not have any on my back foot? That just feels really weird. But never again. There's nothing good that comes from the forest.
Nothing good? I don't know. I think that most things come from wood, like pencils.
And
yes, but a pencil is not a forest.
You just hear in the distance this kind of humming. The woods are just trees. The trees are just wood.
The Wanderer are going to be trying out for Broadway next.
Don't tempt me. So while Iris and Tilia are cramming and chilling, and David, you just guzzle that caffeine down, one after another. You've been dragging your feet this entire day, but you're going to get through it. Not with a nap, but with more caffeine. You chug enough caffeine to temporarily negate any penalties associated with exhaustion and stress until the end of your student burden phase. So keep that in mind, because you do got quite a bit of stress points and all of that right now, I suppose.
No, I actually only have 1 exhaustion and no stress.
Oh.
No, it was my crystal that took all the damage last time. My other mental stats are fine.
Okay. Well, I mean, then if that's the case, if you only have 1 and 2. It doesn't do a whole lot of benefit to you, but if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
It's fine. It's roleplay.
Yeah.
So I got a
it's roleplay.
13 for my investigation roll.
Okay. So for your part in lunch, you're watching those guys. The groupies, they're definitely looking around for that girl. But with your 13, as you see them kind of walking by the door into the lunchroom, you see out it, and you do spot a girl. Kind of short, long brown hair, a little bit mousy looking, but you see her kind of like ducking her head and skipping into the library.
Can I try and follow her?
You can always try. Make
Sure.
a stealth check.
You're following her like a creeper?
5.
Okay. You head towards the library. You're gonna wait for those dude bros to move past before you head in that direction. And you just slip out of the lunchroom and walk over to the library. Opening the door is kind of difficult. Like, it's one of those heavy wooden library doors that, like, you have to tug, and there's a little bit of that air displacement, so it sticks a little bit.
Suction.
You have to pull really hard to get it open, but you do get it open, and there you see the library, rows upon rows of bookshelves. There is a younger looking woman. You estimate probably mid-20s or so. The librarian, long brown hair done up in a big bun on top of her head, glasses that are kind of pushed down, and you know that white button-down blouse and black ankle-length skirt. Typical librarian. She's standing there, just kind of looking through the books and doing that, stamp thing, because it's still the 90s, so not a lot of computers being used. So she's doing the stamp thing on the books. She glances at you, but doesn't say anything as you walk in. Go ahead and make for me a perception check to see if you can find the girl.
Sure. $13.
Man, you're just rolling like shit today. Okay. You begin walking down the library, looking shelf to shelf, looking through the aisles. You don't see the girl. You continue to walk around for about 20 or so minutes until you finally hear... What do you mean? I guess so. I mean, maybe? No, I really do. Okay, I understand. I'm sorry, Chris. Huh? What do you mean someone is? And you're following that voice as you're walking, and you turn around the corner just in time to see that same girl. Long brown hair, big eyes, kind of mousy looking, just rushing, she has her backpack in front of her, and she's like zipping it up as she's running, and she comes up short as she sees you. She kind of jumps a little bit, and she's really surprised, but then she also scowls at you, and she says, "What are you doing here? What do you want?"
I'm looking for a book on cats.
Cats? What do you mean? And make a deception check for me.
Sure. A 0.
No.
How do you have a -3?
Penalties.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Stress.
And my
Stress
deception
penalties.
is normally only a +1.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So she She looks very unconvinced, and she's like, "What? No, you weren't. You were listening to my private conversation, weren't you?"
Hey, if you want to have a private conversation, don't do it in the library. Anybody's allowed to be here who's a student.
She kind of scowls at you and gets a little flustered. And as she's scowling at you, I need you to make a roll to resist magic.
Sure, what is the roll for that?
There should be an actual roll to resist magic on your character sheet.
Alright, let me look for that.
It's whatever your highest soft stat is.
Okay. So then...
Technically the same one you use for your magic ability, but...
Okay, so that would be wisdom, and then okay, so... 5.
Okay.
So, probably not.
So you're looking down at her, and you can tell that she's very angry. Hold on a second. Okay, Loot Buddy's saying that we're doing the penalties wrong for the roll. But I'll look at that in a second here.
Yeah, if we need to, we can just look at that after game.
No, I think I know what she's talking about. No, that's not it. Yeah, that's right. You roll a d6 to try to endure it. That's what it is. So every time you make a skill check with those with the soft skills, whenever you're stressed, you roll a d6 to try to resist. I do remember that, Loot Bunny. That.
Okay, well, I'll roll that for the next one then.
Yeah, well, no matter what, even with the 6, it would have failed either way. So you're looking at her, and you can tell that she's very angry and really frustrated. But you also just can't help but notice that she really is the most beautiful young lady you've ever seen. Gorgeous, even. And
Big simpin'.
You can't help but, just want to apologize to her.
I'm sorry, hun, baby. What can I do to make it up to you, babe, honey?
Oh god, are you channeling fucking Johnny Bravo right now?
No.
For half a second it sounded like it. Anyway, so yeah, she's just like, just leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered right now. And she hurries off past you. And
but baby, I can't make all the choices for our wedding by myself.
You actually yell that out at her?
Yes.
God. She just looks back at you in irritation as she's hurrying out. And you yell that, and then the librarian just comes walking over to you. And she's like, do you know that this is a library? You can't be yelling in here. What's your name?
Gawain Price.
Gawain Price. I'm going to remember that name. You better get out of here and get to class.
Okay.
And so you go hurrying off just as the lunch bell dings. I'm also going to be sending you a text message.
Sure.
There you go. Loot Bunny's saying you should have said you were Mark Polster.
Who?
The guy that punched out David.
Ah,
I don't think they know that, though.
Yeah, they might not. And I don't think you've ever actually told them what happened to you, did you?
I have absolutely not. I am not going to recount a story of getting my ass beat
No, that's fair.
by just a regular ass person.
Eventually, Darryl, you make it back out of the library, and the school bell has rang, so you all got to hurry to get to your next class. Your next class is Fine Arts with Ms. Ambrosia. So for this class, you can either do a performance or a coordination check.
okay, so how does the stress points work then? Because I'm rolling performance.
So, Fine Arts, what are we doing today?
It is entirely up to you.
It makes no difference either way.
That?
I'm looking it up right now. Give me one.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I think
didn't know.
you roll a d6, and just when you get a certain number, I can't remember if it's just one or if it's higher than that. So that's what I'm looking.
Okay. Maybe I ignore the exhaustion temporarily.
I think it's you ignore you push past it so it doesn't affect you. So basically, you roll a d6 each time you do that skill. Okay. So you have to roll the number of your stress or exhaustion point. So how many exhaustion or stress points do you have right now?
Okay, so I have to roll a 4 or higher.
Yeah, you got to roll a 4 or higher.
Okay, so I did not succeed, so I still have the stress points.
Okay. So let's see. Iris, you got a 17. That is a success. David, nat 20 for a 23. Very nice.
I got a 6. My saxophone is very squealy and off-kilter today.
Yes, it is. And that is a failure. And Tilia, you as well. Failure.
Failure.
No worries, Loot Bunny. We appreciate you letting us know. So yeah, when you roll a d6, if you roll the same or higher, you fend it off and you don't take that penalty. But if not, you take the penalty. That's how it works.
Okay.
So let's keep that in mind. Okay, so that was your first class. Your fourth class, I should say. Your fifth period class is Science. And this is Mrs. Valcon. For Science, you can either roll a STEM or a medicine check.
Wait, oh lord, Mildred Valcon?
Yep.
Wow.
Can I apply my D4 or what have you?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can. And actually, Tilia, if you wanted to, you could have added that to... Or did you roll yours already for today?
I did my D4 for the for math, I think.
Got it.
This
Alright,
morning,
so
yeah.
My
Okay.
D6 roll failed, and my medicine check was a 3.
Okay, so that is 2 failures.
Yep.
Oh shit, okay, hang on. It's STEM or medicine. Now, I already used medicine for this morning. Does that mean I have to use STEM?
No, you can still use medicine.
17.
Okay, David, what did you get?
22.
That is a success.
It's
Tilia,
2 successes. He got a natural 20.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did get a natural 20, so you did get 2 successes the fourth period. So
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Darryl, yeah, that is a failure. Iris, I'm sorry. Iris, 13 total. That is a failure.
Yeah. Whoops.
Okay. 6th period. Here we are. Physical education with Mr. Appleman. Because Mr. Apollyon sounds weird, but that's okay. Anyway, for physical education, you're going to be rolling either athletics or acrobatics for this this class.
They are both the same. So if
that tracks.
if I only have a 1, then I don't need to roll, so that's good.
Yeah, Iris, with that 18, you definitely succeeded.
Is that
I got a 3 because I rolled a natural 1.
Okay, that's 2
Ooh.
failures with a nat 1.
Yes, it is.
and for phys ed for me the DC is 4 lower?
So just add another 4 to the roll.
Oh, okay.
Because it's the same thing, basically.
Yeah, that way he doesn't have to tell you what the DC is.
21.
Oh yeah, you definitely succeeded. Okay.
I'd like to think that I had a hand in that, but
Oh, 100%.
Mhm.
I'd like to think that I accidentally trip on the track and you just bound over me like a gazelle.
Yeah, I definitely see that.
You
Well-
use Darryl as a springboard to your victory.
You
I
do
wouldn't do that.
a backflip with a perfect dismount somehow off
Okay.
of my body.
Okay,
Or how
so
about a barrel roll instead of a backflip? A barrel roll is a lot easier to accomplish.
there you
Sure,
go.
whatever. The
Barrel
important thing
rolling.
is that you stuck the landing.
Oh, she definitely stuck the landing, no doubt about that. Okay, well, go ahead and tally up your successes and failures for your PM phase, and let's see how you did.
I think this one actually gets me something.
Let's see.
But Lieutenant
Okay.
Dan, I ain't got no successes.
Oof.
4 failures? That's so sad.
Yep.
Okay,
Riding this thing till the wheels fall off, baby.
Daryl, damn. Yeah, this is the day of epic failure for you.
Yep.
With 4 failures, you're not usually emo, but days like today are known as days of epic suck. You gain 2 stress points and 1 exhaustion point up to your maximum. Additionally, during your free time phase, you're too distracted about your horrible sucky life, and you cannot gain any social points during that phase.
So, asking for a friend.
Uh-huh.
Just random question. What happens if you get to 6 stress points?
Good question.
Does our favoritist bunny happen to know? So if I would get a stress point, but I'm already at level 6, I'd gain an exhaustion point instead up to level 4.
Yep.
I have disadvantage to applicable rolls, looks like. So I literally have to roll a 6 anytime I want to avoid penalties, and I have to roll it with disadvantage.
Yep. Yep, you have that bad disadvantage on all your mental checks, so
Yep.
just keep that in mind. But that's going to be hurting you today. As for the rest of you, let's see. Iris, you got 1 success total. So, keep up the positive attitude. You're doing okay, but things could be better. So no change. Same thing for you, Tilia. David, you got 2. So you're naturally talented. You're finally starting to figure things out. You get to remove 1 stress point.
But I don't have any stress points.
Burr, 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 burr. Sorry.
Well then spend your time bragging about it.
Yeah. And I think this is actually a great time to go on break because it's 8:40.
Good plan.
So we're going to be picking things up with the end of school phase, and we'll find out what's going to happen with our poor, exhausted, stressed out, and worried Magi-Knights. Stay tuned, everybody. It'll be fun. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We ended things right at the end of the PM phase, the final class. The tally was set, and, it's been a difficult day. But hey, Magi-Knights is currently in chat and sending us 100 bits, so thank you, Magi-Knights. Definitely appreciate that. Now, the school day finally ends. Thank God. And that last bell rings. And I love hearing this. Yep, I know. You're all making your way out of your last class, which was phys ed. Probably, grab a shower, get cleaned up, and eventually make your way to your lockers. As you do so, go ahead and give me a perception check.
I'm guessing that's just a blanket perception roll.
It's just a blanket perception from everybody.
Okay, so that's...
just your average 5.
Perception.
Yeah, Iris, with that 8 of yours, your head's just in your locker, going through all your books, gathering stuff, so you don't really see anything.
Yeah, I'm too jazzed about doing good on FIAD, so...
Yeah. Same thing with Darryl, you're just exhausted. It has been one hell of a day for you, and... you're not paying attention to anything. David, on the other hand, with that 21 of yours, you're kind of watching your friends and looking around, and as you do, you see a face you're not thrilled about seeing. It's Mark Polster, who is walking down the hall, and he seems to be going from doorway to doorway, kind of peeking his head in.
I put Darryl in between myself and him.
So Darryl, you're just standing there zoning out. Your head's probably a little pounding, and suddenly David has imposed himself between you and, the rest of the school.
Look, I'm not having it today. I just walk around him, completely ignoring David. What do I think?
It's fine, I can keep pace.
So, David, you're just running alongside him as he's making his way out. Okay.
I think if he really wants to get away from me, he can. He is even exhausted. I feel like Darryl is far more athletic than David is.
What am I seeing or not seeing?
For your perspective, you're just seeing, a crowd of students going through the halls. Everyone seems to be gathering up their stuff and making their way out for the day. It's the end of school. So no one's really, lingering or hanging out too much. But for some reason, David is just keeping pace with you and trying to use you as, a little bit of cover. And the rest of you can see this as well, Iris and Tilia.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make a check to try and see what he's trying to use me for cover from?
Sure, go ahead and roll an insight check.
Sure.
David, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Insight.
You sure?
Yeah.
A 3.
Yeah, you can tell he seems a little weird, but it's hard to tell. It's David. David's David.
Okay, well, I'm gonna walk.
Maybe you should lay off the caffeine, David.
I'm gonna walk very slowly because I am just tired beyond belief.
That's fair. You can all make your way out of it, out of the school, and head out there. As you're doing that, David, you do kind of glance back every so often, and you do see Mark, like, going from classroom to classroom. He sticks his head in. He looks about a little bit. Once or twice, you hear him call out the name Lacey.
Oh, good, he's not looking for me.
Perception check, Matt.
Sure.
Let me see. Okay, come on, 6. Nope.
Close though.
I got a 9.
Yeah. For a second, you do think you heard the name Lacey being called out, and that, like, you look around as well, really quick, like, what? However, you don't see anybody. I mean, you see a lot of people. You see a lot of students, all making their way through the doors, but nobody in particular is really standing out to you.
I'm gonna head in the direction that I heard it.
Oh, so you're going to turn around and head back into the school? Okay,
Yeah.
so you just suddenly stop and turn around and start making your way backwards. You're fighting against a crowd now, and the rest of your group, you all see him just suddenly turn around. So, Darryl, I need an athletics check from you to kind of push your way through the crowd.
Sure. So it's a flat roll. 12.
12. That's actually not bad. You're pretty tough, and while a lot of people are trying to make their way out, they are all like just moving around you and like just trying to get past. So it's not difficult to continue to move down the hall against the flow of traffic, while your friends are all just kind of sitting there watching.
Are you saying that out loud or doing it, Iris, or neither?
I'm just doing it. I'm going with him to help him. I'm not sure where he's going, but
okay. So you start making your way. You start following Darryl as he's making a path through the rush of students. David, are you following along too?
Absolutely the fuck not. But as soon as he sees Darryl turn around and start going that way, he stops, sighs, and goes to the communicator that they all have and messages to Darryl like, "That dude's name is Mark. He beat the fuck out of me yesterday." No. David doesn't talk like that when not transformed. Just he bullied me yesterday, and I think he is going to hurt the girl named Lacey.
Okay, that's what you hear, Darryl. How do you respond to that?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm looking for the person who said Lacey or for Lacey herself.
Sure, go ahead and make me another perception check.
Sure.
I'll
Iris,
help him.
So if you're helping, you can, Darryl, you can go ahead and just roll this as a normal roll, not at disadvantage, since Iris is helping you.
Okay. 11.
11. That's not bad. You're looking around, and you do hear that name called out once again. And you see a very tall boy. He's probably about 6'5". He's built like a boxer, which is exactly what he is. As you don't know this, but David sure does. Tall, broad-shouldered, blonde hair, and I actually do have a picture. So hold on.
Oh no.
There you go. That's Mark Polster right there.
Again.
I forgot he's really cute.
Yeah, he's a pretty cute guy. Blonde hair, kind of light eyes, chiseled jaw, and those big shoulders.
Walk up straight to him. Hey, what you want with my girl Lacey?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
wow.
no.
Wow. So he immediately turns and he's like, "What do you mean, your girl Lacey? How tall are you, Darryl?"
Like 6 foot maybe. Tall and skinny.
Okay, so he is he is quite a bit taller than you, and he's kind of leering down at you a little bit, and he points a finger at you, and he says, "Lacey's my girl. You're not, I don't know what the heck you think you're talking about, but she would have nothing to do with you."
I'll look around at, like, nobody for the effect, as though I'm looking to other people, and I'll be like, "Hey, somebody get Grandpa over here a hearing aid. He apparently can't understand when he's spoken to. Is that a hearing thing, or do you need to just learn your ABCs?"
Okay, I'm trying to decide what I want you to roll for this. As Loot Bunny says, once again, good luck with that, pizza guy.
Isn't Lacey Karsten's girl?
So yeah, I'm trying to have to decide what I want you to roll for this. I'm gonna say
Intimidation.
either intimidation or deception. You can be either or.
That's fine, they're both the same.
Fair enough.
So... a 2 with the -5.
Yeah.
With the -5? Why do you have a -5?
Because I have 6 stress points and I didn't roll a 6 on the D6, and it's a mental skill.
So, yeah, he just looks really unimpressed, and he kind of steps forward towards you, and like his chest kind of juts out and bumps against yours, and you can't help but like take a step back a little bit as he does this, and he says, "What do you think you're saying? I don't know who the hell you are, kid. You say the one more thing, and I'm just gonna lay you out."
Alright, Iris will intervene and try and use influence to push him back and say, "Not today."
Okay, so this is a social skill here you're going to be doing. So go ahead and roll your influence check.
Alright.
So, I have a thing that I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Well, hold on a second.
Sure.
Actually, I think I'll use my inspiration point and make that a 20.
Yeah. What does your
So that's,
inspiration ability do?
If I use a skill that requires strength or constitution, I can make it a 20 instead.
I
But
like
that's... Wait, how is influence strength or constitution?
It is. Influence is either strength or charisma.
Oh, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
it. There you go. But yeah, so you roll a 20, and what were you saying again to Mark, Iris?
Basically, I was running up and saying, "Not today. It's been a long day. Just go home."
Okay, so with your 20, Loot Bunny is also giving bits. Thank you, Loot Bunny. We appreciate that. And she's saying muscles are influencing. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
So with that 20, he looks at you, Iris, and he's like, "Yeah, whatever. I got more important things to do right now anyway. You just keep your mouthy friend quiet if he knows what's good for him." And he seems to be turning and being ready to walk off. What were you wanting to do, Darryl?
Yeah, I was gonna kind of like shrink back, like I'm acting like I'm afraid of him, and then I was gonna try and knee him in the nuts.
What?
Well, I mean, you do see that Iris has like calmed him down, and he seems to be walking off. Are you still gonna kick him in the nuts?
I'm gonna try.
Okay, you. Okay. So yeah, go ahead and roll to kick him in the nuts.
Alright, what is that? Just a strength roll, I guess? Or dex, maybe?
So you actually do have an attack ability as a student that's on your student sheet.
There we go.
But basically, it's just a d20 plus your strength or dex, depending on which one you choose to use, and your proficiency.
I got a natural 20 for a 24.
Now, it is so that's one. I guess it wouldn't count on that, your exhaustion points, because it's not a social skill.
It's not a skill. It's not a skill
Social
check.
Stress points apply to social skills. Exhaustion points apply to physical things, but it's not a skill check.
Yeah, so it's not a skill check. So, like me personally, I kind of think it should, but I'm not sure if it is. Now, Loot Bunny, if you think I'm wrong here and it does apply to an attack, let me know real quick. Otherwise, a nat. Well, you rolled a nat 20 anyway.
I was going to say I wouldn't be rolling at disadvantage because I don't have 6 exhaustion points, so I would still have a 22 with a nat 20.
Yeah, and actually, that is a good point. And in Magi-Knights, a nat 20 is always a success. So you, she is saying yes, exhaustion applies to an attack, so that is good to know. Yeah. But either way, he does hit with that nat 20. So yeah, as he's turning and walking away, you use that opportunity to just step forward and kick him as hard as you can, right between the legs. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Let me see.
That's a D4 plus your strength.
D4. Yeah, about that plus thing that you think I have.
Yeah, well, except your exhaustion.
3 points.
Wow, still not bad. You kick him as hard as you can, and it goes right between the legs, but unfortunately with that, because as exhausted as you are, you just barely miss hitting both of them, and it hurts! He howls in pain and grabs his nuts and starts jumping up and down a little bit, and he's like, "You son of a bitch!" And he turns around, and he is going to punch you as hard as he can. But that was an 11, so I'm pretty sure that misses.
Yep.
What is your
Good
AC
question.
as
13.
13?
I dodge out the way.
Yeah, you dodge out of the way, jumping back as he swings. Obviously, being he's hurting, and he swings, and you jump out of the way, and he glances off of one of those lockers that you're next to. And the moment this happens, you just kind of hear a crowd go, and then someone yells, "Fight!" And everyone is kind of starting to crowd around going, "Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight!" I'm going to need you to roll for initiative, and actually everyone needs to roll for initiative.
Sure.
Oh, man.
I am not a part of this. Do I still need to?
I'm going to say you still have to roll, but if you're not doing anything, you're not doing anything. Like,
I mean, I didn't go back with Darryl. I'm literally not in this scene.
Same.
Yeah, fair enough. So that's fine.
Okay.
23.
I didn't know if you had a separate thing set up for us in turn order, but yeah.
No, I'm just going to kind of move things around real quick, because this is fucking happening.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
opening. Quick question.
Also, would he not have doubled the dice from that crit?
Yeah.
Actually, yes, technically you would have.
Hell
Roll
yeah.
another D4.
Yeah, so...
Will do. Let's do that now. So it's another 1.
Another
That's
one.
2. You don't double the bonuses, or it's just
A mod,
dice.
It's just the
it's my-
dice.
Yeah, it's just
My-
the dice, but the way Roll20 works is it rolls the dice twice and adds your modifier. So we're still going with that.
I was going to say that's my
So that's a
strength,
plus 2,
strength
so-
modifier added, but okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
plus 2 then instead of plus 1 for a total of 6.
Oh yeah, because I see what you're saying. You rolled a 2. Yes. So 5 points damage total.
I got a 20 on my initiative. It doesn't look like it showed up.
You click on your token.
Am I supposed to have clicked on my token
Yeah,
before I
you,
did
you,
that?
Yes.
you always click on the token first. What did you roll?
20, I typed it in.
Perfect. Okay, looks like David and Tilia are just kind of back out of the way, not really taking part in this. But Iris is up there with them. So he swung and he missed, and then the both of you are standing off against one another. Darryl, it looks like you are the first one in turn order with that 23. So what are you doing?
I guess I'll try and trip him.
Trip attack.
Okay.
If I can do that somehow.
Well, you can make a shove attack to try to knock him down, which is basically the same thing. That is just opposed athletics checks.
Maybe I'll just hit him then.
It's up to you.
Because my athletics not so great. So I'll just try and hit him.
Lutz Bunny sent us some more bitch. He says, you barely miss hitting both of them. This is my favorite quote from this episode.
So I did not, but it's another natural 20 for a 22.
Dear God. Yeah, you're just having none of this. You haul off, punching as hard as you can. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Total of 3.
I call hacks.
Hey man, I just clicked the buttons. I don't make them roll.
Yeah, you punch him again, landing a jab square in his solar plexus, and he just kind of coughs a little bit as he grabs his chest. But you know, he's a big guy and he's a boxer, so taking hits isn't too much of a challenge for him. Are you doing anything else on your turn?
I'm just staring him down and going, "You'll never defeat our love."
Okay, that's Darryl's turn. Iris, you're up next, standing right next to Darryl, who's throwing punches at this Mark guy. What are you doing?
That's a good question. Honestly, Darryl's kind of being an idiot here. But I can't let him get the crap beat out of him. He already looks pretty bad. And Mark seems like a prick too, so...
Yeah.
Guess I'll just give him a nice kick.
Okay. Give him a kick as you're standing there. It's definitely going to surprise him.
That's a 22 to
Yeah,
hit.
that's going to hit.
Alright. That's a total 5.
5 points of damage. Yeah, you the two of you are wailing on this guy. You give him a nice kick to the side, and he grabs his ribs. He was not expecting that at all.
This feels wrong.
Yeah.
That's the turn.
Okay. Well, that's it for your turn. Next off, we have Mark, who looking pretty pissed off right now, being kicked by Iris and Darryl. Yeah, he just hauls off and tries to slug you, Darryl.
Respect my authority.
Wow. No, like, 2 kicks to the nuts are just... He's having a horrible time trying to hit you. He lines up, tries to swing, you just duck back, easily dodging out from his thrown haymaker.
I'm like, whose girl? Whose girl?
Yeah, he yells, "My girl!" But it's not his. But his turn's over, so go for it, Darryl.
Wahaha. Cool, I actually get my full bonus.
Nice. Yeah, 13 just hits.
Nice. 3 points.
3 more points of damage. Another quick jab to his side. Same place that Tilia or that Iris hit. He's looking in quite a bit of pain, but he's still up.
Yeah.
Okay, Iris, what are you doing?
Guess I'll, This seems, completely ridiculous.
Yeah. The two of you ganging up on him, maybe a little bit, but you got a crowd around you. A lot of students who've stopped and have their bags down and just yelling, "Fight! Fight! 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 Fight!"
Which student is the one taking bets?
Oh, jeez.
There's always one.
You wouldn't see it, but David, Tilia, the two of you are in the back, and I want nothing to do with this. But you do see that one scrawny, squirrely-looking kid with a hoodie and a knitted cap that's in it, even though it's still the dead of summer, and he's definitely taking bets.
Good for him. Not my problem.
Yeah, not your problem either. What are you doing, you and Tilia, as Iris? Go if you're going to attack, just go ahead and attack, or do whatever you want to do.
No, aren't there rules for social combat in this game?
There are, actually, but they chose to ignore that.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Are
you just sticking around watching, or are you just not my table?
No. 60 feet.
60 feet. You're just
then turn.
So David says exactly, "Nope, not my table," and walks away.
Yep.
Tilia, what are you doing?
I'll just stick with David for now.
Okay, fair enough.
Iris can handle herself and hopefully patch up Darryl if he needs it.
Okay, well, Iris.
Well, right? Yeah, they don't need us. It's fine. I'm leaving.
That's fair. The two of you are making your way out of the school. Iris, unfortunately, with that 8, not enough. You take a kick, but he's expecting it this time, and he just blocks your kick with his arm.
Yeah.
Now it's his turn, and he's going to try to punch Darryl one more time. Fuck. 11.
No.
Yep.
Who's girl? Who's girl?
And he yells as he's swinging at you, but you easily dodge back out of the way. It is the end of the second round, and by this time, all the yelling has drawn the attention of teachers. 2 teachers are now appearing in their doors. It's Mr. Vale and Mr. O'Shea, and you just hear O'Shea yelling, "What is going on out here? What's all this ruckus?" And he's pushing his way forward. Now, you have a moment right now. It's the top of the turn order. You can choose. You heard teachers coming. Are you going to still try to take a swing at this guy?
Matt, where is Mr. O'Shea and Mr. Vale coming out from?
I don't actually have tokens for them, but we're going to say they're coming from here and up here.
Oh, shit. Nope. I can't do anything. Cool.
Matt.
You're on your own.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch myself in the eye and start crying.
I was literally gonna ask, are you gonna pull a cool soccer move right here and take a fall?
Okay, why the hell not? Roll to punch yourself in the face, Darryl.
Here.
What's that?
I got a 3, so I guess maybe I accidentally hit him again when I was trying to hit myself.
No, what I'm gonna say is you see the teacher coming and you quick jab yourself in the eye, but it just deflects off of the bone atop your eye, and that takes more of the hit than anything else your eyebrow does, and it doesn't even leave a mark. And by this time, the teacher is pushing his way past the students, and he grabs onto your the back of your collar and kind of pulls you back, just as Mr. Vale and Mr. Appleman from down the hall are starting to run up as well.
I'm just crouching down, going, "Please don't let him hit me again."
Make a deception check for me.
Sure. Normally a +1, but
If you would have rolled better on your hit, you would have actually gotten advantage on this, but no.
No. So it will be -5. I got a 0.
-5?
Yeah.
Remember,
Good
he's
lord.
like he's
I have
stressed and
six-
exhausted to hell.
six
Yeah.
stress points.
Yeah.
+1 to deception, and I didn't roll well enough to not take stress, so it's +1 -6 equals -5. So I got a 0.
Okay.
So
Well,
I'm not lying at all.
Nope. Unfortunately, yeah, that is a failure. The teachers come and pull the three of you apart and drag all three of you off to the principal.
So I think what I meant to say was, "Please don't let him hit me again," but what I actually came out with was, "Please don't let me hit him again."
Yeah, probably. Probably. So, unfortunately, yeah, all three of you are now in detention. So here's what happens with detention. Well, we all make mistakes, right?
No.
After being given
No,
a
we
one-on...
don't.
Yeah, well, temporary insanity is what Loot Bunny's saying.
No, this was very much on purpose.
Yeah, it definitely was.
On brand.
Yeah, yep.
Well, so unfortunately, everyone is sat down by the principal, Mr. Vulcan, and he gives you a one-on-one crash course on ethics. Each of you are given a detention ticket. Darryl, Iris, and what's his
Mark.
name? Mark. Thank you. For each detention ticket you possess, you are forced to spend one free time phase doing the mandatory detention activity until you've gotten rid of all your detention tickets. If you try to weasel your way out of it, the faculty will naturally get in touch with your parents, which is going to cause you a lot of problems. For each day that you avoid doing the mandatory detention, you gain 1 trauma point, as suddenly there's a lot of trouble at school, home, and everywhere in between. Loot Bunny's sending us some more bits. Thank you, Loot Bunny. We very much appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying tonight's session. Yes.
Quick question, Matt. Where do I redeem these tickets for prizes?
The prize is you're going to have to spend your next free period phase, which is now, and in detention. You can try to avoid it and try to sneak out, but it's not going to go well for you if you do.
Darryl, the prize is the stress we accumulated along the way.
Yes.
Oh man, I wanted a 10 speed.
or the friends we made along the way. Or enemies, I guess, in this instance.
Frenemies, yeah.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, yeah, for your free time phase, the two of you are stuck in detention.
Great. This is amazing. Wonderful. Great. Thanks for this, Darryl. I go to back you up. I get in detention.
Yep.
Are you missing track practice for this, Iris?
Probably.
Well, so here's what happens when you go to detention. So you have to do this during your free period phase, which is right now. There are some activities you can do, so I'll go ahead and show that to you. It's at the very bottom. It says, "Wow, you really blew it this time, didn't you?" Yeah. You were, and actually, Loot Bunny is making a good point, Darryl. You were supposed to be working at the bookstore today during your free period, so you need to make a choice. Do you try to skip out of detention, or do you suffer and not go into the bookstore?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and skip out.
Love it. Okay. So, yeah, what's going to happen is after your long talk with Mr. Vulcan, you're all told that to head to the detention room where Mr. O'Shea is going to be dealing with all of y'all. You have the opportunity to try to sneak away. What I want you to do is describe for me how you're going to get away.
So I guess I'll just like take a hoodie and like put it in a chair with my backpack inside the hoodie to try and make it look like there's somebody actually there.
Are you sure about this? You've rolled nothing but garbage the entire day. And the only time you rolled well, it got you in detention.
So we're going to say, hold on a second. Here's the scenario. Darryl and Iris, the two of you are in one room because you are together. Mark has been sent to a different room where Mr. Vale is going to be watching. The moment the two of you get in the room, Mr. O'Shea is not there. So Darryl, you're going to grab your hoodie and start shoving the backpack into it and put it on the chair. And Iris sees you do this.
Yep.
And Iris, you're saying, are you sure you want to be doing that?
Yeah.
Hey,
Exactly.
Magic Keeper,
Yes?
could I try to help by distracting Mr. O'Shea?
Well, I suppose if Darryl would have called out on the communicator that he's trying to get away to, go get that book. And
Sure.
then, yeah, you could.
I can't keep my love chained up. Plus, I promised that guy at the bookstore that I'd work for him. It's all that asshole's fault.
Okay. So if Telia, you hear that, then yes, you could absolutely try to distract Mr. O'Shea and give Darryl time to escape. So, as I said, Darryl, you're in the room. Mr. O'Shea is gone for a little bit, and you do hear over the communicator that Telia said she's going to go try to distract him. So. So,
Well, over the communicator, all you hear is, "Hey, Mr. O'Shea, I just had a few questions about that pop quiz."
oh, do you there, girl? Oh, what can I do to help you?
Well, I was really thrilled that you included and I'm just gonna go on, and
Yeah.
then I don't know, I'm just gonna bullshit.
Now, go ahead and make for me a deception check.
It's gonna be just flat out flattery. I'm just
Sure, absolutely.
deception. Very obvious flattery.
Yeah, very obvious flattery. And as you're doing this, Mr. O'Shea's like, okay, that I'm glad you liked it. I got to get back to work, but you go ahead and get home. So unfortunately, it didn't help nearly as much as you were hoping. But Darryl, what are you trying to do?
I was basically just trying to set something up so that it looked like there was a student there, sitting there, just, in the back. I'm like, not really paying too much attention, but I am there. And then I'm just like slipping out.
Okay. Well, if you're setting that up and slipping out, I guess what I want from you is a deception check as well.
Sure. That's a 1, so that's going to be at a full penalty. -2.
So you slip out of the door and go walking off. And a few moments later, Iris, from your perspective, like it's been like 2 minutes since Darryl walked out of the classroom, Mr. O'Shea walks in looks around, looks at you, gives you a very piercing look. You kind of shrug your shoulders, and he just turns, because it's a backpack and a freaking hoodie, and turns and goes looking for you. He finds you very easily, Darryl. You didn't get more than a hallway down before Mr. O'Shea finds you, and he's like, "And where do you think you're going, Laddybuck?"
To the bathroom.
"Oh, I don't think so. You get back to that room right now." And he's giving you another detention slip for trying to sneak away. So that's your day. He is not letting you leave his sight for all of detention. So you are unable to escape. However, here's what's going on for your detention. You get to choose to do one activity, which you can see under the mandatory detention part. You can do a pressured study. You make an academic arts skill check, and if you pass, you gain the studied effect. You can try to just kill time. You stare outside the window of your prison cell and dream of everything beyond these walls, such as the bookstore. Either way, you reduce your stress by 1. Or the third thing is you can covert conversation. Oh, hey, look, you got a cellmate with luck. With the secrecy of a stealth bomber, you begin a very quiet whispering or passing notes or whatever. You get to gain 1 social point with an NPC of your choice and reduce stress by 1. But you have to make a skill check to do this.
Sure. Can I try that one?
If you want to.
Yes.
Who are you trying to have a covert conversation with?
We're going
There's
to
gotta
say
be more than just us in detention.
Yeah, eventually a few more students come in. You get to make up any NPC that you want. It doesn't really matter. Name them whatever you want, and that's the NPC you're there.
Hell yeah, I don't suffer penalties this time.
Magi-Knights is saying, "Someone stop this mad lad."
Mad indeed.
I got a 10.
Okay.
So that is not a success.
It is not a success. So you have a student near you, and you're trying to like talk through detention. Maybe you're passing notes or whatever, and you just feel this cold, icy stare on your back, and you see Mr. O'Shea standing right there next to you, and he's like, "Buddy, I don't know what you are thinking you're doing, but yeah, you need to stop this right now." And you gain 2 more stress points.
Actually, they turn into exhaustion
yes,
points.
Yes, they do. If you fail the skill check by 5 or more, well, you didn't, so that's fine. But yeah, you get 1 more. Oh, and one more thing. You get another detention ticket.
Up to 3.
You now have 2 detention tickets that you need to expend.
Okay, I guess he took one of them away because I'm in detention.
Well, yeah, you got 1 to begin with, which you were using today. That still counts as losing 1.
Okay, and then a second one for running, and then a third for talking. So, but it's down to 2 because I lost 1.
Yes. So you now have 2 detention slips at the end of your detention. Iris, what are you doing for detention?
I'm just going to do pressured study.
Good idea. Pressured study is you're just sitting there and you're trying to study as hard as you can. Go ahead and make an academic arts check.
All right. I think that I have to select a specific class that I'm trying to study for.
Well, it says make an academic arts skill check. If you pass, you gain the studied effect.
Okay. All right. So.
Loot Bunny's saying the bookstore owner is going to be coming after you, Darryl. You can't show up for days.
Academic arts. That's an intelligence?
Oh,
Oh, it's a skill. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a skill. Let me look here real quick.
Academic arts. Here it is. Intelligence or wisdom? I'll pick intelligence.
Okay.
Alright.
You need to beat a 14.
That works. Woof.
Yeah.
Ah.
You've gained the studied effect, which I'm probably should look up here.
It gives me proficiency with a skill check on the next student burden. And if I already have proficiency, I get double proficiency.
There you go.
I was looking it up while Darryl was accruing more detention.
Yeah. That is fair. Okay. Well, that's it for the two of you for your detention phases. However, while that's going on, Tilia, David, the two of you still get to decide what you want to do for your free period. So what are you wanting to do?
Should we go to the bookstore for Darryl? See if
Do we know about that?
He said it over the comms, like, I need to get to the bookstore.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I did say I had to work for the guy, so.
Yeah, but, like, they're considering that Iris is gonna be like, don't do it, it's not worth it. He dug his own grave.
I mean that too. But I mean,
okay.
it's real bad to like miss out on your commitments, and this isn't their fault. So we should at least go say something.
Is it though?
Yes, this
Is the Wanderer?
This isn't my
chiming in?
fault.
No. This is Mark's fault.
This is Mark's fault.
This is Mark's fault.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Mark, both of you need to add -1 to your social points with Mark.
Cool. I'm gonna
There.
get this as low as it can go.
That's just Darryl and Iris. He didn't see you, David.
What's his last name again?
Polster. Mark
That's
Polster.
He's already -1 with me. It's fine.
Yes, he is. He is.
Yeah.
But you still need to decide what you're wanting to do. Are you going to go to the bookstore and try to work for Darryl?
Work for him? Absolutely not.
Apologize for him.
I want to go say, hey, I heard Darryl was supposed to work for you. He has detention. Okay, bye.
Okay. Fair enough. Are you wanting, like, that isn't going to cost all of your free time phase unless you're planning on sticking around there afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bookstore. Maybe we can study there. Wait for Darryl and Iris to come.
That's fair. Sure.
Okay,
In the communicator, I just say, we'll see you guys at the bookstore after.
so you wanted to study and complete homework for your free time phase?
Sure.
I mean, there's supposed to be a ghost there, so we can look into that afterwards.
There is.
I think he only
supposed to be a
comes
ghost
after
there.
dark, though.
That's right. I forgot about that plot thread. Yeah, let's do it.
Do I tell them that they have already freed the ghost? Nah, why would I do that?
That's what we do.
Okay, so the two of you are heading to Raise a Cult and Used Bookstore to let them know about Darryl and then to go and study.
Hey, I get that reference now. I watched the movie.
Hey, good job!
What?
You've never seen Ghostbusters?
It's been a long time.
Okay. Second movie. That's all I'll say.
Okay. I'm not gonna go rewatch it.
No, that's fine. Well, yeah, so the two of you head out of school, making your way towards the used bookstore. Now, it takes you a little while to walk there, or actually Tilia has a scooter, doesn't she?
I do. I have an electric scooter.
Yeah, so
Electric scooter?
so the two of you could ride there fairly quickly. I would assume that Tilia, you're not going to be riding at breakneck speeds on your way there.
Yeah,
I don't think it has the horsepower to go at breakneck speeds, especially with two people standing on it.
This is an
That's
electric
fair.
scooter in the 90s with double a weight capacity. It's like
Yeah.
a mile an hour.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
taking a
Think-
page out of her fellow Magi-Knights book. She wants to crash into something.
Well, that's why I was asking.
No.
Because if you
I was
want
in
to
that
do,
car, thank you. No, thank you.
if you want to do a car chase scene, I'm totally down with it. I'm right there with you. Just letting you know.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. The forest was enough danger for me.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, on your scooter, it takes you a little while, but not nearly as long as walking, and you do eventually arrive at Ray's Occult News bookstore. The door jingles as you open it. There was that little A-frame chalkboard talking about kids' books 2 for $1 on it. And when you step inside, you see a young woman sitting behind the counter. She is a shorter young lady about your age. She's wearing a blouse and a tie, and the tie you recognize immediately as Coltrast. She is a student at Coltrast, but I'm not sure if either of you would know her. So go ahead.
Does she
and
look like one of the ghost busting people that Jasmine and Darryl
It was
talked to at lunch?
Well, the only person you actually saw them talking to is Bianca de la Luna, and that's definitely not
Okay.
her. This young woman has dark hair. Her hair is done up in little buns on either side of her head, though her bangs are kind of long and to the sides of her face. She has pale skin and bright blue eyes. And actually, I'll go ahead and show you a picture of her. There you go. She's a rather cute young lady, and she's sitting there watching the television that's next to the register. But as the door opens, she kind of sits up and she says, "Welcome to Ray's Occult and Bookstore. How can I help you?"
Hi.
Yeah, we came because I think Darryl was supposed to be working here today.
Darryl. Oh, you, the Coltrast student. My grandpa mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah,
he
he's
is
in
supposed.
detention.
Oh, he is. Oh. What happened?
It wasn't
He
my
punched
fault.
Mark.
Tell her it wasn't my fault.
You're not here.
He
You
punched
can't hear
Mark
this.
right in the face. Well, actually, he kicked him in the nuts.
Her eyes go big, and she just kind of does this. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
apparently he's been harassing Lacey a bunch.
Mark Polster, isn't he the editor of the school newspaper?
Oh.
God, I hope not.
Yeah, no, I think he is. Pretty sure. And she picks up she picks up her backpack and goes rummaging through it and pulls out the school newspaper, and she flips to the back page, where they have all the people who work on it, and she's right here. He's the editor of the school newspaper.
What? He's a boxer and a newspaper guy?
Yeah, weird, right?
It is weird.
I suddenly feel the urge to start using the words fake news to describe things.
Oh, jeez.
You're not here.
Well, Daryl's gonna have an interesting time at school then.
Yeah, probably. I can't believe your friend punched Mark. And you said what's this about Lacey?
I don't know. Apparently, he's been harassing her or something.
Oh my gosh, really? You're kidding.
Yeah, I mean, she was running away from him the other day.
Yeah, and then he
David,
beat
didn't
me
you
up.
help her out? Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's Wait, you mean Lacey Beckford?
Yeah, I guess.
And she seems kind of like you can see on her face that like it's a mixture of confusion and concern.
Do you know her?
She shakes her head. No, I mean, I've seen her around school a few times. She's a sophomore, but I don't really know her myself.
Yeah, me neither.
She seems to like she gets one of those expressions that's like you can tell there's something on her mind, but she seems to be like not really being forthcoming.
I mean, she was nice to me.
Did she say anything about what's going on with Mark?
No. It seemed kind of private.
Yeah, the more you're talking about Lacey, the more unease this young lady is getting on her face. Oh, well, thanks for letting me know about Darryl, I guess. Is there anything else I can do to help you out? You looking for any books?
Well, I think Darryl wanted to, check out I guess there's supposed to be a ghost or something here at night. Anyways, we were wondering if we could chill out and study here until Darryl gets out of detention.
She says, well, I guess so. There's nobody here right now. Grandpa is... he had to... I don't know what it is he had to go do. He had to go pick up something, I think he said, and left me in charge, but nobody's here, and I was kind of planning on studying too. I guess you could study
cool.
with
What
me.
classes are you studying?
And she starts listing off her classes. You both have a few teachers together. She is a junior, just like the rest of you, but you don't share all the same classes. But you've definitely seen her around school. Now that you're looking at her, go ahead and roll a "Hey, I know you" roll. Just give me a D100, both of you.
Those never go
hero
well.
roll.
Oh, that's still too low. Damn.
We rolled the exact same.
But we get something for doubles, right?
You know what? I'm gonna for
actually
This is
it would
not
be
Monopoly.
It'd be quads because if we were rolling actual dice, this would be 4 6s.
You know what? I'm feeling generous, and I'm gonna say that you do know you do recognize her now that you're sitting here talking to her. Her name is Yuna Song. She while she does go to Coltrast Academy, she actually was a transfer student from the local high school, Loropa High. So she does have quite a few friends who go to Loropa High School still.
Cool beans.
But that's really all you know about her.
Okay.
But the two of you sit down with her. She goes and grabs you a couple stools, and the three of you just set up there at the front counter, pulling your books out and settle in to do some studying. So, because of this, each of you gain the studied effect. You get this effect grants you proficiency in the academic arts or STEM skill. Blah, I can't talk. During your next social burden phase. If you already have proficiency with both, double your proficiency bonus with them during the next school burden phase. This is lost during your next free time phase, or upon use. Mark an O in your study cap. So I'm guessing that's on your character sheet. But if not, just
I can't. It's just a check mark, but
okay. But you just remember that you have the studied effect for your next school phase, which should be tomorrow.
it's studied school specifically, because there's two different studied.
Now, at one point during your study session, the phone rings, and Yuna goes off to answer it. And she steps away from the counter a little ways, because like the phone is just on the back wall. So she goes over and she answers it, and you hear her go, "Raise a cult." Oh, really? And she begins talking in a low, hurried voice. Do either of you try to listen in, or do you
Sure.
rob the register, or do you just hang out?
Jesus.
I'll eavesdrop.
Register.
David's doing homework. He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. Tilia?
I'll eavesdrop.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Wanderer's gonna try and rob the register to buy more of those figurines that he loves from the claw machine.
Yeah, you don't see, none of you know see where the
button.
Wanderer right now.
Stealth. 7.
Yeah. Unfortunately, as you're you walk over there and kind of peer around the corner, and you can see her talking, and she's saying something along the lines of, "What? What do you mean you're sick? How many days have you missed school?" And then she looks up and she sees you, and she kind of puts the phone down on her shoulder, and she says, "Oh, what is it? Do you need something?"
Is everything okay?
Oh, it's just a friend of mine. Can you give me a minute? I need to take this call.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. You go walking back, and after a few minutes, you hear the phone put down, and Yuna comes back, and she does definitely have a worried look on her face.
Is everything okay?
Make a persuasion check for me.
Persuasion. 17.
She says, "It's my friend Levi. Apparently he's been sick the last couple days, and his mom was wondering if he had maybe gotten in touch with anything or came in contact with anything, and he called me to kind of complain about it, but I'm just kind of worried about him. He's a jock, you know the type, and he really never gets sick."
Weird. Well, I mean, something has been going around the school, because, I mean, there are a lot of absences happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah, haven't you noticed?
I mean, she kind of shrugs and says, "I mean, there's always talk on the news about people disappearing. It happens all the time."
Okay, but, like, not usually this much.
She kind of gives you a blank look, like, "Has it been a lot, really?"
I mean, even one is kind of weird.
I don't know. I mean, people disappear all the time, I guess.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's weird that it's normal.
She kind of thinks about that a little bit. I guess maybe you're right. Maybe there have been a lot of disappearances. She kind of just sits there and thinks a little bit, and she for the rest of your free period phase, she seems to be a lot more quiet and contemplative.
Oh, hey, so our friend's supposed to be checking out a ghost situation or something that's supposed to happen around here. Is that even real?
She kind of chuckles at that, and she says, "My grandpa has said that sometimes he sees a ghost outside the bookstore. And she kind of I've never seen it myself. I'm pretty sure he just tells people that to drum up business.
I mean, not a bad business plan for an occult store.
Yeah. Between you and me, I kind of think all of this is just hocus pocus nonsense. There's no real magic in the world, is there?
I mean, magic is just science that we haven't figured out how to explain yet, technically.
She giggles at that a little bit. I suppose so. I don't know. I guess I've been around it for so long that I never really think of it as anything more than just Grandpa's little silly obsession.
I mean, fair.
I mean, if you want to stick around after we close up, you're welcome to. I don't know when it shows up. Grandpa just says it's kind of random.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. We're just... Go ahead.
how late does he normally stay here?
Well, I mean, usually when he closes up about 9 and does his paperwork and whatnot, he's usually gone by 10, and so I guess if that's when he sees him, maybe.
Okay, so it's a very early ghost. That is good for us.
It is?
You would know that
you
takes.
Still got to go home and eat and get sleep and stuff, and we have school. So if a ghost is showing up if a ghost is going to show up at like 9:30 instead of 2 a.m., that's a win for us.
That's true.
Yeah, definitely don't want to be out at 2 a.m.
No, the weirdos come out at night.
But eventually,
Yeah.
your free time phase comes to an end, and after that, it becomes your investigation phase. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening at this point. You do still have a few hours before that happens. Darryl and Iris, the two of you have now finally gotten out of the detention, and as you're walking out, Darryl, Mr. O'Shea kind of claps you on the back and he says, I would keep your nose clean from here on, laddie.
I just sort of shamble off.
I grab him, but I'm just like, don't worry, I'll make sure he doesn't do anything stupid.
You do that, lassie. I don't want to see either of you back after I have to see him 2 more times, I suppose. And he kind of laughs. I can't do Liam's voice. That's okay. Anywho, so it is your investigation phase now. I'll go ahead and show that to you. So during your investigation phase, you get to investigate the presence of invading evil by collecting information and rumors. However, I just realized what time it is. It's 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
So, yeah, I guess we're going to be starting our investigation phase next session.
I love how many
boy.
clean breakpoints this particular system has.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. I like the episodic nature of it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. But, great job, everybody. You survived another day of school, at least, more or less.
Theoretically.
Some of us more,
Not
some
quite
of us more,
unscathed,
less.
but we survived.
Yeah. But that's good. Got into a fight with Mark and didn't get your ass whipped, so that was cool.
Yeah, I pretty much dodged all his attacks and won, so...
Yeah.
He used his only good roll against me the other day.
Yeah, he did. I was rolling like shit. But okay, since it is 10 o'clock, we're going to go ahead and end things for the evening. So let's go ahead and go around the table and tell everybody where we can find you on the internet and how much you enjoyed being back at school. So let's see here. We'll go with Jeff first. Jeff, where can we find you?
I'm not really anywhere but here, so you can just find me here on Wednesday nights every other week. Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. Love it. David, how about you? Or Hito, sorry. I'm so used to calling you David.
It's fine. Hi, my name's Justin. You can primarily find me on the Bard Rock Cafe podcast, playing Nadir, Kose, and Amber. It is a 5e podcast based out of Waterdeep, where everyone has wild magic. It's nonsense. But also, I am, for the next couple weeks, doing some charity work with 2000 Tales over on their YouTube channel. We're raising funds for Planned Parenthood by going through a giant mega dungeon in a kind of Smash TV reality blood sport TV kind of thing. And the more you donate, the worse it gets for us. So come torture me. I'll be there on Friday this week and for the next 2 weeks after that.
Hey, it's a great cause and sounds like a lot of fun. So I'm definitely going to be tuning in.
It's been really great. One of the other people is playing just straight up Jerry Seinfeld from the B movie. It's nuts.
That sounds amazing. Sounds like
I'm having a lot of fun.
Okay, Alyssa.
I can be found here on every week on Mondays, same time, playing Eloise Bright Crystal, a Dragonborn druid, and general agent of chaos, and here with the Magi-Knights. Also, hit me up on my Instagram, Alyssa Crochets, to see some nerdy crochet stuff. I will be posting more soon. It's hard to post things when I'm making gifts for friends who have my account on it, and therefore I don't want them to see what I'm making them.
Yeah, that's fair.
But, you know.
She does awesome work. Here's a dice bag she made for me. I have it on my camera. It's really cool. I love it. Okay, Steven, close this out, bud.
So I am part of the crossover event with our Monday night D&D games, the Random Rhapsody and the Fab 5. Currently, I am playing in the 7 to 10 slot because I am part of the heist where we were attempting to steal whatever we can get our grubby little hands on. And then when that's over, you can normally catch me from 3 to 6. I am playing a Chronergy wizard who was recently reincarnated into the body of an elf. So I have all the physical abilities and none of the social knowledge. It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Loot Bunny's in chat saying, loved watching you guys. Have a good night. She also says, Hito didn't introduce his kitty or say where we can follow him or her.
You can follow this cat literally anywhere that I'm streaming live. She'll be here for at least part of it.
What's her name?
That assumes an incorrect premise.
Okay, doesn't have a name? Why not?
No.
Fair enough.
It's on all the paperwork. Her name's Minnie, but
okay. Magi-Knights is in chat as well, saying, awesome job all. Thanks again. Does the cat have its own social media? Will follow. And I see the roll of your eyes. I love it.
This cat can be is on Twitter at Jorts the Cat.
Why not? Well, thank you to everyone who watched. I'm Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and GM here on the Random Rhapsody Network. You can find me every Monday and Wednesday. Mondays at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. when I'm running the Debauchery Circus and the Fab Five. And here on Wednesdays where either I'm playing Magi-Knights with this group of goofballs or I'm playing random video games. So, once again, thank you to everyone who watched. We very much appreciate you tuning in. Have a great evening. And on behalf of the Nighty Knights and everyone here, just want to wish you good night. See you again in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.